principle which has come from ITI. I would not call it come from ITI because this principle was existing long back before ITI became. But this is the fundamental product life cycle principle or product life cycle management principle, PLM principle, where you are trying to understand the life cycle of a product. When it is going to mature and when it is going to retire. And at times, it depends on your strategy. When do you enter the market? You enter the market here, enter the market here, you enter the market here, or you enter the market here. And you still make a money.
So, you said this was existing, this portfolio management scenario was existing even before IDEA.
Yes.
What was the
product life cycle management? Product life cycle management is a PLM concept.
Because my knowledge was like it was not with IDEA.
No, this is a product life cycle management concept and it's existing since ages. IKEA just adopted it for its service life cycle.
Okay. Who is doing that?
I don't know the name of it.
Actually, Philip Porter we see long time ago.
Yes. Marketing management.
Okay, so
okay, so fundamentally, I am launching something new because I want to increase my revenue. That is simple, right? I mean, why would I launch something new? I want to increase my revenue. And there will definitely be a business case, ROI, etc., which I am talking about here. Now, every organization would look at risk, cost, balancing resources and money. Basically, finance, my assets, and my risk is what I am controlling. And that is what every organization would do. So, this is what organization would have. Market space study, service study, strategic planning, your project program management, portfolio management, controls, service design processes, product design processes, and transitioning of and making it working into operations, and supporting, maintaining, and then employing, and maybe retiring later on. So this is fundamental to every organization. It doesn't change. Now what happens? So this is what ITI has defined. So I will not go into details of ITI. There is a specific session on that in one of our portals. You can go to that if you want to see. So you have a strategy phase which takes input from intelligence, marketing planning, product planning, ROI, business case. Should I invest in this area or no? How much should I invest? When will I get my money back? All that is done here. As a part of my design, I am looking at my architecture, my planning, etc. as a design, and then I am pushing that design into my live operations or production operations. And then managing business as usual, that is where I am making my money out of. Because unless I use the product or service, I don't make money out of it. I have to use it to get a return out of it. Now, and then you have continual improvement. So there is a project, there is a feedback mechanism which continuously improves my entire organizational life cycle. Now, what is changing and do we need to change with it? And the answer is yes, obviously, because the product life cycle and the service life cycle are shortening. There are a lot of changes which are happening, and definitely that would put a lot of pressure on IT. Every now and then there is a new innovation which happens, new product which comes out, and business wants to adopt it, and IT is not able to keep up with the pace because of complexity for whatever reason. It is a research fact that the day CEO thinks that he wants to achieve something and gives a plan to CIO, the CIO organization within organization takes at least 2 more years to execute that. And this is research. This is study. Because change is the major challenge. I mean, how do I, and that is a challenge of every organization today. There is a very good book called Power Shift, which is awaiting offer. It's a very good book, which is similar to the book called Groom Moved by Cheese, right? I mean, the fundamental premise is that, I mean, when the change is happening into the industry, how am I able to adapt to it? And organizations gone are the days when you can dictate how your product or service will be delivered to the market. Today, customers will demand what should come in, right? And that's why you have our mechanism where we can change the organization and the thing, and that's not possible. The biggest problem of any organization is its rigidity. The example of who said elephants can dance, that book says that it became so rigid that it was difficult to change with the changing business environment and business scenario. If you keep doing the same thing again and again, you will get the same results. I think that was a very good statement which came up. And that is where I would say organizations are more flexible, moldable. This practice or that practice or this method or that method is not going to serve the purpose. You need a basic model which you adopt and change as per the needs of the times. And whatever comes up, you should be able to just adjust to it and start delivering. Now, what is changing means what is happening? Globalization, transparency, service focus, shorter life cycles, shorter product and service life cycles. Managing regulatory compliance, managing boundaries, managing system integration, service integration, processes, value networks. It's not one organization doing everything. No, it's an era of value networks. Multiple organizations come together and deliver the product and service. Amazon platform is a great example. Any product, any service or any organization would like to have our partners and associates would integrate on a common platform and deliver a product or service. Now there are various challenges, fighting against giants, fierce competition, margin efficiency, various challenges, and everyone would like to be cautious on that. There are internal challenges, internal processes, non-automated systems, people issues, fear of losing control, cross-functional communication, coordination. These challenges will always remain, which we are fundamentally there for every organization. And this is what we thought would be a way to decide how should it be integrated at a broad level. And I would like your inputs and questions on this, maybe discussion on this. I would like to have a dashboard where it will tell me how I'm doing and where I'm going on each parameter, which will come through balance scorecard. I would need a governance controls to decide where should I invest, how much should I invest, will I get my return back, how will I continue my projects and my services. And I would need some kind of steering committee to take care of changes, configuration and continual improvement and changes within those. So I need a change control mechanism. I need a design, development, transition, I need a project management practices, and I need operational processes. I can use Scrum for my development, or I can use Scrum, Agile, whatever methodology for my operational improvements. And this is how it will all fit together at a very, very fundamental, very basic level. So if there is a question on this, maybe we can have that question. I mean, this was a point which I was making the other day when there was a discussion on Scrum versus project management lifecycle. And project management lifecycle would lie horizontal to the organization because I need to coordinate across various cross-functional teams, from business side, from development, from technology, my marketing team, my other team. Bank of Baroda has launched a massive campaign of going online. Unless there is a project management methodology which connects the marketing efforts to the development efforts, to support and maintenance efforts, I don't think that campaign can bring any result to the business. Because ultimately it's not the product or the core banking solution that you develop which will make a difference. What will make a difference is that this product is gone out and is being used by the users or by the targeted community. So that is the basic fundamental thought which I have on various practices. I mean, when I'm talking about design, if I don't take care of my enterprise architecture, I am going to be in trouble because I don't know where it will integrate, how it will integrate, where it will impact. And I'm not talking of one solution in silo. Simple thing like email also may cause a lot of difficulty because it is not integrated. What email addresses which I am using, how they are integrated with my other applications. Because I use emails to be integrated with my application. I use SMS system to be integrated with my application. Which email addresses use, how it shoots the emails, which SMTP server it uses. All that is very important. And you cannot say, what I'm trying to say is, there will have to be a overall enterprise architecture and the governance control and the framework in place. The organization really has to work well, and there has to be a scorecard, a dashboard rule, and there has to be controls with which we can decide how to promote the positive things to happen and minimize the risk. So value and risk, these are the fundamental things which will be taken care at this level and on an operational level and day-to-day change and enhancements, I would like to have some kind of committee or steering group which will take care of governance and control aspects along with the charter governance. So I have a product charter and then I have an operational governance. These are the two fundamental committees I would need at an organization level. So I would say board of directors would be more interested here. They are not really interested in, or someone who is responsible, the CEO would be more interested here. And the senior management would be more interested here. The tactical management would be more interested in this. And operational teams would be more interested in this. And strategy, tactical and operational layer will have to be integrated and the directive of actions. So the quick feedback mechanism from the operations is of utmost importance to decide whether I should change my strategy or no, or should I change my design or tactical. If I don't have that, then it will not work. So there is a continuous feedback from operations to strategy and strategy to operations, the directives or the policies. If this is not integrated well, and the processes and practices are not defined well across this, I don't think we are defining the processes and practices in the right manner. So, any questions on this? IT steering group. Or IT steering group or a governance group, whatever. These are the different names different people are using. I am just saying you need a combination of all of these committees to be integrated into one. Calling SCTG separate, my IT steering committee separate, my information steering committee separate, my application governance team separate, my application portfolio management team separate, and all of them working separately in silos is not going to add any value to the organization.
So, if you call it to
Data IT? Well IT would definitely feed into balance load yes. Well IT and risk IT would give a feed into balance load card with the of COVID controls. And this is the model which every organization will eventually come to, is what my thought process is eventually. Because unless you understand that yes, there is a clear understanding that we need to bridge the gap between strategy design or strategy tactical and operational layer and continuous feedback mechanism between them. When I make a change at a strategic level, how quickly does it reflect on the operations? Is the success of the organization?
I'd like to clarify here. The new COVID framework that is being released is merging VAL IT, risk IT, and everything into one framework.
Yes, that is good.
The exposure draft is already on the site of Osaka. People can download it. Risk IT, VAL IT is going to be merged with COVID.
Activate 5.0 is talking about.
An exposure draft is there. If you are going to add value, you can give your feedback also on that. It's an exposure draft on Osaka site. Those who are interested in looking and working and giving some feedback, it is open for feedback currently. Exposure draft.
You can give a review comment.
Yes. Sir, what is VAL IT? Value from IT. Okay. Whatever portfolio management is talking about is again repeated in VAL IT.
Yes. Yes. Investment governance, portfolio governance, etc. So I would rather, this is how I would look at it, and I think the strong view to this. The Scrum, because there are Scrum masters here, so are you okay with this position or you have a question on that? Do you see any relevance of Scrum here, or here? Or you would say Scrum I would like to put across and then put it through?
Scrum just bans him as a way of doing work. And he is reporting annual to the organization to expand. So I would say typically a development